Hello, everyone. My name is nishaigner. I'm a Health Informatics graduate student. I created the human body as a computer system study guide. My goal was to simplify anatomy using technology language. The brain functions as the CPU of the body. The CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. It controls the signals and thinking. Encephalopathy takes place when the CPU malfunctions from chemical or metabolic imbalance. I like to consider the heart as the power supply. The heart pumps power, which is your blood, to every organ. Low power causes confusion, dizziness, and fainting. Next up is the lungs. I like to consider them the oxygen intake and cooling system. Lungs provide oxygen, allowing the brain to convert glucose into energy, which is ATP. ATP is the molecule that stores and moves energy around inside of our cells, acting like a form of energy currency that keeps everything running. Without oxygen, the brain slows down or shuts down. It's like a system losing airflow. The liver. It's a chemical processor and detox module. When the liver is functioning, it clears toxins, processes chemicals, and medication. When the liver is malfunctioning, we have liver failure, which is toxins beginning to accumulate. Ammonia is one of the toxins that builds up and affects the brain. We would call that hepatic encephalopathy. We all know that the kidneys filter. Kidneys is our filtration system that helps us remove waste. I compare that to a filter that we use like in Excel. It filters out all of the data that we don't need to present what we do need. Kidney failure is toxins accumulating in the blood, the brain becomes affected, causing confusion or altered mental status. We would label that uremic encephalopathy. Next up is the pancreas, which is the glucose regulator. I consider that to be the power manager. The pancreas controls blood sugar levels, which is our fuel levels. If it gets too low or too high, our brain may malfunction. Symptoms of low glucose is confusion, shaking, trembling, sweating, irritability, or sudden mood changes. Severe cases, you can have a seizure or loss of consciousness. Symptoms of high glucose is excessive thirst, frequent urination, blurred vision, fatigue. In severe cases, we have ketoacidosis, which is dangerous acid buildup. You can have confusion, rapid breathing, and this can lead to a coma if untreated. The blood. The blood is considered our wiring system. The blood transports oxygen, nutrients, and electrolytes to get them where they need to go. If we have poor wiring, like dehydration symptoms, anemia, that slows down our system and affects our performance. Electrolytes. Electrolytes is our electrical control. Sodium, potassium, calcium all regulate electricity. When we have an imbalance, it triggers a system crash. We would call that metabolic encephalopathy. Some signs are confusion, seizures, comas, arrhythmias, and in severe cases, cardiac arrest. I call hormones operational instructions and compare it to software programs, which are communication codes. Our hormones provide instructions for how systems should operate. When our hormones are not balanced correctly, we essentially have corrupted software. When insulin is out of control, we would contact glucose management software systems. If cortisol needs attention, we would go to our stress response software. If thyroid hormones needs attention, we would take a look at our metabolism software. Our immune system is our security and antivirus software. It detects threats, fights infections, acts as the body's firewall and antivirus detection system. We become septic when our system is overloaded. We would call that septic encephalopathy. System overload leads to brain malfunction due to inflammation and toxins. Your GI tract is your fuel input system. It is responsible for digestion, absorption, and ATP production. The GI tract breaks down food into usable energy. If you do not get the energy that you need, you will be considered malnourished. When malnutrition sets in, you are considered to have lower power, and that can cause your whole system to slow down. Your nervous system is considered your internal network. It's your cables. It carries signals between your brain and organs. When there's damage to the network system, your signal may be lost and miscommunication can happen. Examples of signal problems equals numbness, weakness, pain, tremors, and seizures. The system error codes means you'll have delayed signals, overactive signals, or a total signal loss. Doctors are essentially the head technician to evaluate our system performance when it comes to our bodies. They order labs, which can check our voltage and chemistry. They order imaging, which checks our hardware. They will order tests on vitals, which checks our performance metrics. They can order an exam, which is a real-time system analysis. Encephalopathy. I consider that a system error. It's alerting us that our bodies is in crash mode. Brain malfunction equals confusion, lethargy, slurred speech. It's caused by low oxygen, glucose imbalance, toxins, sepsis, and organ failure. In severe cases, encephalopathy can cause you to go into a coma or become unresponsive. That lets us know that we're in full system shutdown and need immediate attention. So, to recap of the human body as a computer system, the brain is the CPU, the organs are hardware, the blood chemistry is electricity, and doctors diagnose by identifying which system is malfunctioning. The body is technology. Health is a system performance. Understanding the body as a system helps simplify diagnosis, treatment, and patient education. Thank you for your time, attention, curiosity, and engagement. It helps strengthen the entire system. I hope I helped you connect some dots as we gain an understanding together. Again, this is for educational use only and not a substitute for medical advice.